9:55, so obviously not the right time. One big development for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. The last time we saw them against the Wolf Warriors, or against Mono Vampire, Kaylan Tiongson did not finish that game because he got hurt somewhere near his ribs. Today he played and started the game, and he also had to exit, and he's actually limping to the bench of Alab Pilipinas right now. He tweaked his ankle back in the first half.
Yeah, that was the report that we got from assistant coach Macau, that he sprained his right ankle. McKinney, that's a long two.
He's not yet done. Mike McKinney scoring in so many ways.
24 already in the game. You know, the irony of it all is that Mike McKinney is actually Filipino-American, and he's torching the Filipinos right now. Balkman, three-pointer, not there. And Tucker picks up another rebound. That's his fifth in the game.
These guys are professional athletes, and they are loyal to the name that's on their jerseys. And for McKinney, playing against the Filipinos, but it's Macau on his jersey right now.
What a pass there, but it's a miss by Watkins. He's only got 8 so far, and that pass was not touched by Lai Katong, according to our officials, but there will be a correction here. It was Lai Katong on the last touch. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas keeps possession.
Good call by the referees. Of course, to the dismay of the Macau crowd inside the University of Macau, but it was the right call. It happened right in front of us.
Inbound to Ramos, who puts it on the floor, and Ramos draws the foul on Ryan Watkins. That's going to be the third on Ryan Watkins. So a development for the Macau Black Bears now. Their lone center picking up his third.
Watkins, he can say that he's a bit slowed down in terms of scoring today compared to yesterday, where he also got a massive double-double. But his responsibility today mainly is to stop or at least slow down PJ Ramos, which he has done successfully in the first half.
PJ Ramos adding to the free throw woes of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. They're now 4 of 14 from the line, 4 of 15 after 2 misses by Ramos.
I understand sometimes as a player, you have off days from the line, but I think this is one of the rare times we see an off day for a team.
That's another long two coming from Anthony Tucker. So Macau has opened up the second half with 2 long twos, and Lai Katong gets entangled with Balkman, who's going back to the free throw line.
Again, Ramos and Balkman trying to be the initiators here for their team. And that's why they are the imports.
No free throws, according to our officials. Domingo almost lost it. Here comes Orbistondo getting the start here in the third over Ethan Alvano. Orbistondo lines up a 3. Good!
Josh Orbistondo, one of the few bright spots for Alab in this game, celebrating his birthday. And I know for sure Josh does not want to bring home a 26-point loss.
Well, they still have time, and Orbistondo almost broke that play up. Here's Tucker working against Domingo. Tucker on the drive. Tucker with a floater. Tucker will miss. Battle for the rebound. Watkins, good position that time. Watkins tries to get it out to Lai Katong, saved by McKinney. Watkins lines up a 3. That's a miss. Rebound to Ramos. Here comes Ray Parks, burning rubber. Getting it over to the side. Fireball again. Not this time for Orbistondo.
That was great box out from Lai Katong, making sure Balkman did not get to that basketball.
Here's Tucker wanting to get the baseline. Spin against Domingo. Gets it out to Lai. McKinney, 9 to shoot. McKinney gets it again.
It doesn't matter who you put on Mike McKinney. He is a bucket getter.
And he is now up to 27 points in this one. The lead is up to 29. Balkman carving space, and he will get it to go.
He also runs into Anthony Tucker after that shot. And you see how difficult it is for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to get points. That defense that Macau has put on them has really suffocated the Filipinos.
Oh, McKinney gets the first step again. This time against Ray Parks.
And well, we're seeing how important it was yesterday that Macau blew out the Wolf Warriors, because almost the entire fourth quarter, the imports of Macau were able to rest. And you see Mike McKinney with very fresh legs here against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
And again, a turnover coming from Ronaldo Balkman. The spin by Tucker. Tucker still has Domingo in his face. Tucker still working the right side. Finally gets a pick. Pick and roll action. Watkins on the drive. Watkins fall away. Even that one drops for Macau.
Everything, almost literally, everything falling in for Macau.
31-point lead for the Black Bears. Balkman inside. Balkman turned back by Laicatong. Stays with it, and Balkman will get to the free throw line. And he exchanges words again with Mike McKinney.
Yeah, well, Balkman apologizing to McKinney, and Mike just saying, I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to argue. I just want you to keep your arms to yourself after every whistle.
Well, you know, Mike McKinney also trying to do everything to make his team win. He has been on the firing end for 29. Ronaldo Balkman, his first trip to the line here in the second half. He was 3 for 9 in the first half from the stripe. Knocks down the first.
Looks like he has recalibrated his shot.
This is still still a big mountain though, Jet. It's still a 30-point lead.
And this is not, this is the worst hole that we've seen San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. You know, not only in this game, Noel, but I think since last season.
I would think so, you're right.
They've been a team that, we'll say, many teams in the ABL have feared. And they have been the benchmark of the league over the past 2 seasons, but Macau saying, hey, we got something in our bag too.
They are enjoying home court advantage. They've only lost twice in this building. Once against Formosa and once against Hong Kong as Ramos gets position inside.
One thing the Black Bears have done so well is neutralize every run, every blitz that San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has threatened to go on. Back in the second quarter, Alab, it looked like they were about to get back. Oh.
That is a hard foul given up by PJ. I don't think there was any malice intended in that one, but they're going to call it unsportsmanlike. And PJ was trying to block the shot, but McKinney's face got in the way.
I don't think San Miguel Alab Pilipinas can argue that one. Ramos really did get McKinney right on his face. And, you know, there's a part of what separates a regular foul from an unsportsmanlike foul is excessive contact.
Yeah.
Sometimes you won't necessarily, it's not a deliberate foul. Players don't want to hurt guys, but there's just excessive contact. Such was the case with this foul from Ramos.
And Ramos's arm is probably weighs as much as Mike McKinney himself already. McKinney splits the free throws though, but they keep possession. 30 points already for McKinney, surpassing his total from yesterday.
If you put the arm of PJ Ramos side by side with the leg of Mike McKinney, the only thing that will tell them apart are the tattoos of Ramos.
That's a great point. Here's McKinney. They get it over to the side. Three-pointer on its way. That's a miss. Coming from Laicatong. Ethan Alvano back in. Alvano finding Balkman. And that's probably the easiest bucket Ronaldo's going to get today.
At San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, they've been getting shots on those kinds of attacks. They still are getting their assists. They are one of the best assisting teams in the league. But they haven't been able to stop Macau from scoring yet again. 2 more points for Ryan Watkins.
And another assist from Anthony Tucker on a pick and roll. Here's Ethan Alvano trying to stay aggressive. Balkman can't get it to go. And here comes McKinney. The lead is 28 for Macau with 4:39 to play in the third. 79-51. Tucker contorting in midair and getting it to go plus the foul.
At this point, I know for sure San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, they are surprised as well with what has happened in this game, and they have not been able to find a formula to take the rhythm out of the Macau Black Bears. Look at this once again. Tucker, the little hesitation, that was all he needed to get past Rosser, and even when Brandon tried to recover, a foul called on him. Bucket for Anthony Tucker.
81-51, a three-point play coming up for Tucker, but first this timeout. We just were taking a look at Coach Jimmy Alapago, and he was a player. Jet, you and I had the benefit of actually covering him both in his professional career and his international career. He's one of the most competitive people you will ever meet, and he doesn't like being down 30. But you know, the good thing here about San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is they've already qualified for the playoffs. They're actually the first team through. But you still want to send a statement to a possible opponent down the line in the playoffs. The Macau Black Bears trying to overhaul this 30-point lead. Could be 31 when Anthony Tucker gets done with his free throw, which he does.
You know, if you look at the stat line of the imports of Macau, you would think that we've already played 40 minutes of. Well, he got his 19 point to pair with 5 rebounds and 9 assists. McKinney already has 30 points. And Ryan Watkins pushing a double-double of 12 points and 12 rebounds. And mind you, we still have 4.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Here's Brandon Rosser knocking it down from deep, and he could be the X factor here in the comeback. He's one of the best defenders on the squad.
Well, that three-pointer will need to start falling for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. I think it will have to be a weapon as they drop to a 2-3 zone here, coming off that timeout.
Tucker reading the situation against Javelona. Tucker tries to lob it inside too high for Tian Zhongtian. Turnover against the Black Bears.
A 28-point deficit that San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is facing. The last 4 minutes of this third quarter will truly tell you if they will still have a chance in the fourth quarter or not.
And that's a tip-in by PJ Ramos on the miss by Balkman. Under 4 minutes to go here in the third. Down to a 26-point lead.
The first goal here is to bring it below 20 points. Hopefully that happens for the Philippines. What they're hoping is that happens before the final minute, and they're going to hope to bring it down to 15. But McKinney is against that cause, obviously.
Well, Tian Zhongtian, that's it for him. He's going to foul out with still 3:33 remaining in the third. So the man they call the Yi Jandian of Macau will take an early shower today.
It's actually unfortunate for him because he's playing one of the best games offensively we've seen from Tian, already with 10 points. Well, he ends up with 10 points in this game as he has to exit for good. Bogman expressing frustration there after that free throw threatened to rim out.
Ronaldo Balkman has struggled mightily from the free throw line, but not from the field. And he's still the leading scorer for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with 25 at the moment. Balkman, former NBA veteran, missing on the second, but taps it over to Alvano. Javelona lines up a three. This one bounces out, and out of nowhere, Brandon Rosser still keeping it alive. 10 to shoot for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Rosser gets it from Javelona.
The Filipinos still fighting here. Not giving up just yet, but they leave another good look for the Black Bears. That is already their 12th three-pointer of the game.
Rosser on the sidestep, gets 2 points back. But again, Derek King bringing out the big guns in this one. A near steal by Javelona. Tucker, under 3 minutes to play in the third. Tucker's got 10 to shoot. Tucker has it stripped. Oh, foul on Ethan Alvano.
It was a late whistle by referee Shinji-rock, and that's why Alvano, he knew that he caught the arm, but that reaction, that frustration, obviously building up too from the situation in the game already.
And tried to sell it as a shooting foul, obviously not. That's just the third team foul for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
This hole that Alab has fallen in, it started with their inability to handle the rock. They turned the ball over way too much in the first quarter. And it turned out in the second quarter and up until the third, they just did not get the stops on the defensive end.
Well, here's Ethan Alvano. And they're still struggling from beyond the arc. Balkman offensive rebound. Stick back doesn't work. And Watkins again with the board.
That's one thing you don't want to see if you're Coach Jimmy Alapag or a supporter of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Balkman is really the only guy who's getting buckets for you. And now he's starting to miss as well. Perhaps fatigue factor.
And Pau Javelona is going to be whistled for a hold. Team foul number 4 for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Now, Pau Javelona in the first half was the only one in the plus-minus category had a plus. He was a +1 when he was on the floor.
He was able to slow down McKinney for
Yeah.
a bit when he entered the game, but then Mike, he stepped back for a while and say, okay, let me see what I can adjust here. And again, found ways to score, just as Ryan Watkins is doing here today.
Boy, the Black Bears are just shooting impeccably from beyond the arc here in this building. They were 9 of 17 at the half. I'm sure that number's improved here in the third.
13 for 24.
Wow.
Way above 50%.
Balkman gets it over to the side. They move it around to Ethan Alvano. Here's Rosser! And Brendan Rosser almost took down the rim.
Trying to wake his team up. Again, you know, a minute and 40 remaining in the third quarter. If they don't get this down below 20 points, I don't think there will be enough time.
Great defense there by PJ Ramos. Pau Avelona is tripped up, and he will get to the free throw line. Derek King will be whistled for the foul. And we see this one again. Pau Avelona just had a little trouble handling the ball towards the end.
Ashley got a lucky break. That ball, that he was fouled by King. It looked like he was about to lose control completely.
Well, Balkman's going to take a rare rest in this game. And Lawrence Domingo is going to come in. Remember, if you're just joining us, Kalen Tiongson injured his ankle in the first quarter. He was the assigned Anthony Tucker stopper. And even Pau Avelona can't knock down the first free throw.
And also, if you're just tuning in and missed that part of the game, we have to tell you that from the get-go, it was already all Macau. In the first quarter, they outscored San Miguel Alab Pilipinas 38-11.
Yeah. And so far, that hole has remained deep. A minute and 25 to go in the third. 91-65, 26-point lead, and probably more as 3 free throws will be awarded to Derek King on the foul by Lawrence Domingo.
Story of the game, you know, if Macau is not missing, if Macau is not making their three-pointers, rather, they are finding other ways to hurt Alab Pilipinas. That time, you know, it was a bad break too for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Such is the case too, such is the story of this game. Many times we saw the Filipinos shoot themselves on their feet, and that time, Lawrence Domingo just mistiming his closeout to Derek King.
That's a rare miss from Derek King at the free throw line. He's still got one more coming with a minute and 19 to go in the third quarter. Black Bears now up by 28 again. Here's Alvano. Getting it to Domingo. Wide open. Pau Avelona, corner three doesn't work. Ramos, offensive rebound and putback.
Good job for Watkins, understanding they have a comfortable advantage already, not risking committing his fourth foul.
That lead is still 26. Under a minute to go in the third. Tucker showing the handles again. Tucker bothered by Albano. Tucker jumps it inside. McKinney set back that time by Rosser. Shot clock did not reset. And Ryan Watkins drops it in.
Can you paint a clearer picture of this game for Macau? That was already a miracle. And yet, it works for the Black Bears.
Everything dropping for the Black Bears. Domingo gets those 2 points back. 95-69. There's still time remaining in the third. 95 points for Macau. McKinney, 33 in the game. Clock separated by about 3 seconds. McKinney on the step back three. Good!
Nope. It's impossible. Macau will not miss in this game.
Oh! And a buzzer beater there coming from Ethan Alvano to keep the pulse going for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. So at the end of three, it's going to be 98-73, I believe, as Mike McKinney has just been unstoppable in this one. 36 in the game, and we still have 10 more minutes of basketball remaining. Stay with us. This is your ASEAN Basketball League Season 9.